It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? Right now on Fox 5 News at 10.
It's being called the most dangerous storm in history. Hurricane Patricia is barreling through Mexico tonight. The satellite video shows from NASA just how massive the storm is. Patricia was and still is a monster hurricane.
Yeah, this picture posted to Twitter by astronaut Scott Kelly shows the storm heading for the Pacific coast of Mexico earlier today. She made landfall just hours ago as a Category 5 storm, packing winds of 165 miles an hour. Nick Gregory has the latest for us. Nick, what do we know?
Well, again, it's made its landfall and it has weakened, thank goodness, but it still came on shore as a dangerous Category 5 storm right near Manzanillo, spreading northward. There's Puerto Vallarta. So they're on the western side of the storm, the weaker side, if you want to call it that, but still with such a large, dangerous hurricane, they're feeling the effects there as well. And as you go down the Mexican coast, there's Ixtapa down to Acapulco. They didn't get it as much. But now they're going to get heavy rain, high wind moving through this entire area. And why do we say this was the strongest hurricane? Well, the winds earlier were at 200 miles per hour, and the central pressure was measured at 879 millibars. It's just another form of how we measure atmospheric pressure. And basically, that was never recorded before. Now, could that have happened at a hurricane out in the middle of the ocean? Yes, but this was actually measured by a Hurricane Hunter aircraft that went inside the storm. So that's why we're saying this is the strongest hurricane that we know of, because we were able to take measurements of the storm. The gusts have been to, again, 190 miles an hour. The storm's moving north-northeast. So you'll watch here on our projection from the National Hurricane Center. It moves through again in towards central Mexico. They're going to get flooding rains in the higher terrain here. It's going to cause some massive flash flooding. And then it continues to move northward. The moisture then will get moved into the lower plains states, and eventually that moisture is going to make it probably up towards the eastern seaboard. We'll likely see the potential for some of that happening in our neighborhood by the time we get to later Wednesday or Thursday. Now, of course, it's not going to be anything like it is there, but it is tropical moisture, so when that does get tied into the atmosphere, that sometimes can produce some heavier rainfall amounts. So we could use that because we have quite a deficit here.
So it seems like this storm came out of nowhere. I mean, I think it went from, what, a tropical storm 2 days ago to this. How did that happen?
Well, these type of storms, are, when they become this powerful, they're very hard to predict. You need two ingredients for the storm. You need very warm water, and you need the atmospheric conditions around and above the storm to support the circulation, sort of like a chimney, let's say. So the air funnels in at the surface and then goes up the middle of the eye, around the eye of the hurricane, and then spreads outward. So I think in this particular case, what we're dealing with is warmer than average water temperatures there underneath the hurricane.
El Nino?
Could be related to El Nino, exactly. And the tendency for that to sort of get absorbed into the circulation and the upper atmospheric conditions being favorable enough, those two elements just made it just explode. So they're very hard to predict. Wilma did that, something like that, back in 2005. Rapidly intensified in the Gulf of Mexico.
Cancun, hit Cancun, yeah.
And then eventually Florida.
I remember that. What about Andrew and Katrina?
Well, those are both Category 5 storms, but they happen over a longer period of time to develop into that intensity. And usually when they get to Category 5, they don't stay that way very long. Because what they start to do is they bring up colder water from underneath, and the colder water then acts to start weakening the system a little bit. So maybe in this particular case, the colder water was not quite as far up along the surface, and the result was that it stayed stronger. It intensified really quickly.
It sure did.
Yeah,
we didn't
really
talk about this last night.
No, well, we were watching. I was watching it last night. I was watching it last night, but boom, it just really
absolutely.
got going,
We're usually on top of this stuff. All right, Nick, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's talk about relief efforts for parts of Mexico that are hit by Patricia. They've already started the relief efforts.
Yeah, Arthur Chien joins us now with more on that part of the story. Arthur.
Ben, Daria, obviously what you guys have been talking about, all this formed so quickly. It was only on Tuesday that we first heard about this, and within a 30-hour time span, it gets to a Category 5. Take a look at some of these first pictures we're getting tonight as it makes landfall as the strongest hurricane in recorded history. Slamming the coastline to Mexico with 165-mile-per-hour winds. Amateur video captures the punishing Category 5 coming in with lashing rains. This is what it's sounding like there tonight. In addition to howling winds, the powerful saltwater surge threatens to roll through the shores, lined with everything from fishing villages to vacation homes to fancy resorts. A state of emergency has been declared across dozens of municipalities. Electricity has been cut off in several areas as a precaution. And as it moves inland, its projected path will take her through the mountains, areas prone to dangerous flash floods and landslides.
Anyone who lives very close to the beach should get basically as far away from that as possible, up to higher ground, into reinforced buildings.
The first sign of harsh conditions came hours ago when live stream videos we were monitoring got knocked out. Hurricane Patricia will rake through a heavily populated part of Mexico. Residents there spent Friday shoring up buildings, nailing boards in place to protect windows, and filling sandbags. A mass migration inland and into shelters.
A little bit worried, yeah. We're a little nervous.
A slow, anxious wait now for the storm to run its course, not just for those in Mexico, but for international rescue teams standing by, waiting to go in, including one local group here in Connecticut, poised to bring in medical supplies as soon as tomorrow morning.
People are going to be first displaced from their homes because a lot of people are evacuating, and that's a good thing. But we got to remember that people who are displaced from their homes have all kinds of issues that we need to address, whether they're people who deal with chronic disease and don't have access to their medicines, or just being in places where the shelter isn't all that good is its own problem.
A United Nations weather organization monitoring this tonight is comparing it to a typhoon that struck the Philippines 2 years ago, in which 7,300 people were killed or went missing, 4 million people displaced. Hopefully it will be an irrelevant comparison. We'll know more in the morning. Ben?
Let's hope so. Arthur, thank you for that. Other news back here in the tri-state in New Jersey, a massive fire has gutted an historic synagogue in New Brunswick, and the people who worship there are devastated. Lydia Serrani is on the scene tonight. Lydia.
Good evening, Ben. First things first, no one was hurt.